Hi everybody, so today I'm making a light tomato based pasta sauce. It's summery and full of fresh herbs like parsley, basil, also using dried herbs like thyme, basil and oregano. So I hope you give this a try. It's going to accompany our roast chicken lunch, and yeah, so let's get started. Thank you. So to start with, I have one large onion diced like in this way, not too fine but chopped in this size. This is one large grated carrot or two small carrots grated. This is 8 garlic cloves sliced in this way. I have around 1 cup of fresh parsley, and I have around maybe half a cup of basil leaves. That's the basil that I have. I'm also going to use dried basil with this. So I have half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, and half a teaspoon of dried basil. I also have, if you have fresh tomatoes, it would be perfect, but I'm using 28 ounces or 796 ml of whole tomatoes, and 1 tablespoon of honey to cut the acidity of the tomatoes. A little bit of olive oil, and that's the garlic. And I have bay leaves. I'm going to use two bay leaves. In a pot, put some olive oil. I'm going to put a little bit more. I would say around a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Once that is hot, you put the garlic first. Once it's lightly brown, put the onions and the carrots. So once the oil is hot, I'm going to put in the garlic, and I'm going to let it brown for a little bit, probably for 2 minutes, and then add the onions. Now that the garlic is lightly brown, I'm going to add the onions. Give that a stir. Make sure it's coated well. And I'm going to add the carrots to it. I'm going to let that cook on slow for around 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll add the tomatoes and the herbs. So now that the onions and carrots have reduced well like this, it's around 8 minutes that we have done this. I'm going to add a little bit of my dried herbs. That's half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of basil, and I'm going to use actually 1 teaspoon of thyme. Give that a good stir and add your fresh parsley now. Give this a good stir. I put in the parsley, the basil, and the bay leaves. Give that a good stir and add your canned tomatoes or fresh tomatoes at this point. I'm going to put some salt. And I'm going to close this and leave it to simmer for around 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. And then we'll come back, we'll check and see if it needs a little bit more time. So this is what the sauce looks like after 10 minutes. For the sauce to gain its really full flavor, I would say simmered for 2 hours on low. But since I do not have 2 hours, I'm going to go with half an hour. I'm going to let it simmer for another 20 minutes and then immersion blend it or put it in a blender to puree it. I'm going to take out the bay leaves before I do that and then blend it. So we'll come back, and this is what my chicken looks like. This is what the sauce, the pasta is going to be. This is an accompaniment to the chicken. This is a garlic herb chicken. I have under the skin, I have put some herbs with butter, and as you can see we have garlic, onions, and yes, so that's going to go in the oven now and going to accompany our pasta at lunch. So this has been simmering now for around half an hour on a low temperature. I am going to take off the bay leaves, and to take off the bay leaves I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey and blend it and return it back to the stove. We'll come back. That's the honey that I'm adding. I think around a tablespoon is good for this. Messy. So I'm going to blend this and we'll come back. So this is what it looks like once it has been blended into a smooth sauce. I'm going to add the remaining fresh basil into that. And I would suggest now is a good time to test it for seasoning, salt, or a little bit more. If you want it a little bit more sweeter, you could add some honey. I'm going to try mine. I think it's perfect. I would add just a little bit more honey to this, around a tablespoon more, and that's it. I think it's good to go. I'm going to mix it with the pasta that I just boiled, and it's going to go with the roast chicken lunch that we made. Once it's all done together, we'll come back. So this is my tomato sauce that's going to accompany the pasta and the roast chicken lunch, Sunday lunch. I'm just going to put this in a bowl so everybody can help themselves to how much sauce they want. And that's my chicken. I'm just going to baste it with the pan juices. I like to actually put the pasta on the side of the chicken. It's because the pasta can absorb some of the chicken juices that have come out. Okay, I think that's it. We're going to finish off with this and we're going to go have our lunch. Thank you for watching.